This is Leonidas at Chelmsford Pizza, making a pizza right now.
Making a large Hawaiian pizza.
A large pizza. So he has a sauce all spread out. He's putting the cheese on there now, the shredded cheese. And that's his father, George, over there, helping also.
Here we have the pen.
Doing a big job.
And it looks like Leonidas is putting ham on now, right, Leonidas?
It's a Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, with ham and pineapple? Oh, I've never had that before.
Yes, you'll have it. Nice.
I'm amazed people put pineapple on pizza.
If you like spicy, you get Mexican pizza. Nice.
Yeah, what's in the Mexican pizza?
There's a lot of timber, onion,
Ahí está. Ahora queda.
Oh,
jalapenos.
jalapenos, yeah. I like spicy, that's for sure. I put chili peppers in almost everything. The red chili peppers.
That's how in Mexico is good too. You like,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
like spicy, nice. Lovely. Same with, okay, we're getting it. Everything.
I know. Boy, you're tempting me not to have a salad today, George.
Well, real deal.
I was going to have a salad.
It's not a challenge for us. Everything. We can mix anything. Anything and everything.
So Leonidas put the ham, then he put pineapple. He had cheese there, now he put more cheese on top. Beautiful. And now he's going to put it in the oven. How long does it stay in the oven about, you know?
15 minutes.
15 minutes, really? Oh. I'm surprised. I thought it'd be quicker than that. and George is making that beautiful kebab there. I'm going to zoom in, George. George is making the kebab there now. And we'll end this video for now. Thank you. So Tony, I see that the your salad bar is not fully open yet. It still has the plastic in front of it, the plexiglass.
It's open, but we make the salad just to be safe.
Yeah.
You tell them what you want, they'll put it in the thing, and you have to make the salad.
So somebody's there and you tell them, you point to what you want or something, and
Excuse me?
the customer points to what they want in the
That's it,
salad
they
bar?
tell you what they want, you put it in there. So that way there, nobody touches anything, or nobody, can breathe on it or whatever.
Yeah. So it's safer this way, but I liked it the other way where I could just scoop up whatever I wanted.
Eventually, we're going to do that.
Oh,
Not
good.
right now.
Good. Yes, that's good, Tony. Great. And so how's the business going? You said it's picking up now,
Yeah,
right?
a little bit, yeah.
Great. And your workers there? Shall we get a shot of your
My
work?
daughters are
Your
here,
daughters
yeah.
are here. Oh, hey, your daughters are there.
They were afraid of that.
Yeah. So everything's going pretty well, Tony. And anything else we should say? But the pandemic was a tough year for you, wasn't it?
Very bad.
Okay.
We're lucky we survived.
Yeah, but you did
Really?
survive. Okay, your business was down somewhat, right?
Oh, we lost half of our business.
Oh my God, that's too bad, Tony.
Everybody was closed, there's no business, so we're lucky we hung in there.
I'm glad you did, Tony. Well, I'll let you go because you have more customers here coming to pay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
All right.
So this is Tom Christiano again for the Chelmsford News, and I'm in Lowell with Marc Macedo, who's a good friend of mine. He lives in Chelmsford, and Marc has a business of like buying antiques on different types of auctions and sales, and then selling them to people. A lot on Facebook, and some on eBay, some on these other auction. In fact, there's a lot of sites on Facebook, right? Were you telling me?
Facebook
Marketplace
is, a way to do it. You can ship stuff now and, ship it out. They give you the prepaid labels, and people have a couple days to, even, look at it after it gets delivered if they say it's not the right thing or something. So that, there's a lot of ways. I buy stuff on Facebook. I buy stuff on online auctions. Some of the times I'll go to a person's house and, ended up buying, hey, what else you got for sale? And that just starts a conversation.
Wow.
Someone's selling the house. I bought a sauna. an indoor sauna.
Which is beautiful. I saw that in your house.
4 years old, they've sold the house. You know, again, in this market, everyone's, you know, houses are going on the market, and a week later they're already sold.
So they're selling contents
They're selling
quite a bit,
And
right?
I said, in addition to the sauna, what else you got? I've loaded up I've gotten shelving he's given away for free. I have some of that shelving I'm using at my house to sort things.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I got some tools. I'm like, tools? Yeah, I sell tools all the time. He's like, well, I'm a retired plumber. All rigid, rigid brand name tools, like, so all these things, it's like, okay, what do you give me for these? And I'm like, he's like, I wish I met you a long time ago, because, he's like, you're the first person to ask, what else do you have? I've listed stuff, they've just come for that one item and left.
Oh.
You're the first person to ask what else, it's for sale. So he's, I've sold tools, I've purchased tools from him, he's given me all this other stuff, he still has more things. He puts a pile on the top, what do you want? I give him a number, he's like, yep, come on over, boom. So,
beautiful.
Yeah, so a lot of these dolls, again, we haven't even gone through these. And again, the person that owned these never, I don't think, ever opened this stuff. Because you look at this box, and
that has, it's music coming out of it, right?
Yep.
This is my
Oh, that's your phone.
Because this is a side hobby, so that's just somebody I work with.
Oh.
They're like, hey, have you sent the stuff to the bank yet?
Oh, there's their face.
So yeah, so her face, it's all in the original netting, she's all wrapped up.
It's all wrapped up. And Mark has a ton of these dolls
And,
that he purchased that'll be for sale.
This one was purchased it was $98, and she had a $61 credit. Home Shopping Network.
Wow.
This was purchased in, I can't tell the date, but again, I know what the woman purchased was, because there was a store, Marty's Thrift Store or something, up in Tingsboro, I believe.
Yeah.
But they were closing out. The building had already been sold. He had to get rid of these dolls. And again, they weren't selling the dolls because they had them all stacked up and you couldn't see them.
Oh.
So again.
So you're going to sell them at the end of maybe June, right?
Yeah,
On
the
what,
end of June.
Max?
We've been selling like a lot of different brands. We've, these Masterpiece Gallery.
Yeah.
Again, we put them on eBay and Facebook, and we've sold them that way. Ashton Drake is another one that, very lifelike, but a lot of them are porcelain. And it's funny because some of these say this is a toy. It's not, to be played with.
Oh, this is not a toy. Some of them say the porcelain ones.
I've listed stuff individually. It's funny because when I took a picture and said large doll collections, if you're interested, and there was Cabbage Patch, and they were right in this area.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, hey, you selling Cabbage Patch Kids dolls? And I'm like, yeah. So I had enough inquiries, and I ended up grabbing all. I had 10 of them. 3 of them ended up being the original Cabbage Patch, which was 1984. They had all the paperwork. And one of them was an international Cabbage Patch.
Oh.
So I think I put them for like $150, all.
For the whole collection?
Whole collection, all 10 of them, $150 plus shipping. And then all of a sudden, it's like, when you've underpriced something, when people just start hitting you up. Like, are these available? Are these available? Can I see this one? Can you take this one out of the box?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I got to do some research on this, at the 150. And I had a woman that was like, hey, I'm going to buy these. And I had like an estimate on shipping because, again, I in order to get more coverage than just the Chelmsford area, you got to say it's available for shipping.
Yes.
So if you want somebody in California to look at your listing, you got to be able to willing to ship it.
Yes.
So I had turned on shipping, but I put like $50 or $75 to ship because I didn't know what it was going to be. And then people were like, hey, yeah, can you ship it without the boxes? I don't care the box, as long as you send me the paperwork, with their birth certificate and all this stuff. So I was getting all these inquiries. I'm like, okay, time to do some research. Okay, 1984, they ran anywhere from $100 up to, $300, some of the original ones. Some of them are even more, but they're all, individual. So I said, well, I'm not going to sell, I've been doing some research, and I said, I'm thinking more closer to 300. There was 2 people that, pretty interested. And one woman said right away, sorry, I can't afford that, so I'm out. And then the other person said, okay, well, show me some closer pictures, of these 3 that, they were in the 1984. And she's like, yeah, that doesn't seem to be lining up with the box. And I think this woman actually took them out of the box. It's one of the few things she took out of the box. Yeah. And when they got put back, they were put back in the wrong boxes. Okay. So she was a little hesitant of, okay, this is 1984 in the box, but it's the label. This was like the Cabbage Patch Kid label on the doll itself wasn't matching up with what she would have thought a label should look like.
Yes.
So she's like, yeah, I don't want to do it. I go back to the other woman. I said, hey, I'm willing to, she's like, yeah, I was buying these for my school since COVID. We collect Cabbage Patch Kids as part of, it's a fun thing to do at school, get some, so we, have them adopt if they're doing certain things in school. So she's like, that's what I was using for. I said, hey, that's fine. I'll sell them to you, for the original price then. And, I'll ship them. She was, she's like, oh, that's great. Then I had a woman contact me and said, hey, have you sold them? I said, well, they're pending right now, and I'm going to sell them to a woman that's going to give them to school teachers. She comes back to me and says, I'm sorry if you believe that, but no one collects, no one would give these Cabbage Patch Kids to a schoolgirl. That's just a story for you to... I'm like, yeah, imagine that. Someone actually using a toy as a toy. I'm sorry you're not going to get the 3 original Cabbage Patch Girls and the foreign one to sit on a shelf, to look at, versus them go to a school, a teacher who's willing to spend $230 for her students to allow them to play with these 9 dolls, and I'm like, sorry you don't get to look at them. But, it's like, so it's funny, like, some people are, and again, Facebook, whenever somebody, is like that to me, I just block them. Yeah. Okay? If they give me a comment, it's just, it's easy.
Yeah.
So the beauty of Facebook. So a lot of these things are still in the original thing, but again, outside of dolls, we bought a tire coat collection, we sold most of the stuff, but, we went out to Mount Greylock to do a hike, and I'm on Facebook, and I'm looking in the local area. And I came across this lamp, and my wife's like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm going to have this guy meet us at the hotel and then buy this lamp. And I actually bought a cart. We were out there, we had an old wagon. It's on the side of our house. It's a 4-foot wagon wheels. It's a homemade cart. It's got the, long handles for where the horse would hook up. And it's already built for, flower bed. And it's got a trellis on the back. And they wanted $200 for it. And I said, hey, what's the dimensions? I was trying to see if it was going to fit in my van. Again, because when we got back home, it was going to be an hour-and-a-half one-way drive. And then she was like, oh, she didn't get back to me. It was raining. And then, it was going to be a Mother's Day present for my wife. It was going to be a surprise. And then she says, oh, somebody's looking at it Tuesday night. And I'm like, I'll give you $300 for it. I've been trying to get with you. And she's like, oh, yeah, okay, if you want to come out and give me the $300. So I was able to do that. And again, sometimes I know, when I look at something, it's like, you've definitely underpriced it, okay? Yeah. And you're listing for $50, like that, that 20-drawer cabinet that I had at home. Yeah. They had it for $50. I know, you should have listed it for $200. So I offered the person $75. And they're like, hey, you want to give me more? I said, yeah, I want to give you more. And I'll pay you now and drive down and pick it up. So I got it for $75. I got it listed around $200. I got 4 saved. It's already had over 100 views. It's got 4 saved listings. So again, I'll offer more money than what somebody's doing. And sometimes it's like, in order to get it, that's what you're going to do. Similar to my, wagon. I've been trying to communicate with this woman. It was $200. I'll offer you $100 more. And it was worth it to me. And I'm keeping it. I'm not reselling it. But it was going to be a gift for my wife. It was a surprise on Mother's Day. She loved it. And it worked out great. And if she didn't love it, I would have resold it for $500. But anyway.
Which wagon are you talking? Which wagon is that?
So this is the one on the side of the house. You'll have to.
Oh, I don't know if I saw that, Mark.
That I built.
Oh.
So we had the fire hydrant, the fountain, and the stone that's on that fountain. I bought it on Facebook.
Oh,
a woman was having a rock wall. She had stone available. I went to her house for $200. I got this beautiful stone, and. She's like, yeah, we're having a pool done at the end of June. So this is right in the middle where this wall is right in the middle where the pool's going to be. So I'm selling the stone.
Yeah,
I'm like,
nice.
That's a great deal. And she's like, yep, you can drive your van right up to the wall. I drove it right in. Because I'm like, well, if I got to do a wheelbarrow, and it's not worth it. But she's like, nope, drive it in. So $200. I had to make 2 trips. Yeah. Because it was like so heavy. Even though I bought 25% of the wall, it was just so heavy.
Just 25%. And where's the stone now, Mark?
So I have you'll see it on the side of the house. I built a fountain. I built a fountain out of it. I built a wall, and I actually built a small, 90-degree wall out in front of an azalea, a bush that I replanted on the side yard.
Nice, nice.
$200. Again, it's a great deal. And what I typically do is how do I market? If something's brand new, like this is a brand new, trap. It never been opened.
Oh, I have a hard trap, yeah. Yeah.
it go for at Lowe's, right?
Yeah.
$30. I'll list it for 15. I'll
Yeah.
put it at 50%.
Yes.
And I typically would do that. Same thing with tools. If the
Yeah.
tool's in good shape or something, I look at what does it sell for new, and then I mark it down to 50%. Because
Yes.
again, you don't have to pay sales tax. You're not,
Yeah.
And again, it's not new. You're not going to get a warranty.
Yeah.
You can't return it. But again, for the most part,
That's a good price.
I'm always looking for something.
for the
You know,
have-
it's like, hey,
yeah.
let me see if something's on Facebook, and it's like, oh my God, this is brand new. Like, why don't I buy it for this if it's
Yes.
close by? Again,
Yes.
Because I set my perimeters to within 25 miles of Chelmsford, so I'm always buying stuff. And
Nice.
again, if
And
we
you
take
have-
a trip,
Yeah.
we look for stuff in the area.
And I see you have a reproduction of a small one, a Michelangelo's
So this came from
Pieta.
a friend of mine's house. He was selling his house. He had a lot of stuff that he was giving away. I actually ended up buying the whole contents of his house.
Wow.
For like $1,500, and I ended up doing a max sold auction.
Oh.
So there was some stuff I kept and some stuff that we sold it right out of.
Did you do okay with the
Yeah,
max
we
sold
did.
auction?
Yeah, we did
Oh,
great.
good.
Yep.
And then you have a case here for a doll, I think you were
Yeah,
saying.
an old doll case that
This,
Yeah, so again, when the older, the dolls, they had their own case, all their clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
That's where they used to keep them. This is probably like a little cabinet for whatever. You could hang their clothes. This is probably exactly, the doll was probably here. They
Yeah.
had clothes hangers for the doll and the accessories. But yeah, that's how they used to keep them. So an old
yeah,
case of doll.
it's a nice case.
But yeah,
People could use that for
Make it
whatever they want.
Anything, display, sets a nice, again,
Sets
some
a-
of it's old, some
yeah.
of it's new, it's a little bit of everything.
And you got a lot of your doll boxes over here on this
Yeah,
side.
all kinds of different dolls, world of, these dolls.
Yeah. Do you want to open a couple of boxes just for samples?
Yep. So Gloria Vanderbilt is the, limited edition. I love it when they say limited edition and there's only 10,000 made.
Yeah.
But some of these, like these, there's only 400 in the limited edition set.
Oh.
So, again, typically the paperwork's in. This one might not have paperwork, or this was a paperwork to see what the limited edition.
Yes.
But again, and this is a pretty good sized doll.
Yeah, look at this.
she's
I'd say it's
probably-
about 3 feet.
Yeah, close to. She's definitely at least 30.
And look at it in perfect shape.
And the person spent $104, plus
Wow.
$11 for shipping on it.
Yeah.
And this was back in 2004.
Wow.
So it's a home
Yeah.
shopping network thing, but it's got the original paperwork. Obviously, it's never been out of the box. It's still all in original wrapping.
Wow.
And again, these would make, but yeah, these are, and again, we haven't even gone through all these boxes.
Yeah, for people who...
We took again, he had over $500 in the collection. We had I took 2 trips in my cargo van. My friend had a minivan. He had 2 trips that were completely full. We just put him in my trailer, and then from my trailer we took him here, and then we tried to organize them, basically color. These are all the same types.
Oh, yeah, over here.
Carol
Yeah.
by Carol Scott. So again, a lot of them are porcelain, but exclusively yours. Okay.
So if somebody's interested in these dolls, if they could contact you somehow before you sell them.
Yep. Again, some of them will, I'll put in my estate sale, and I might sell 1 or 2, and then, there might be multiple bidders on the
Yeah.
thing, so whoever wins it can have an opportunity to buy more.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
My friend's like, this is my retirement money. He's already retired. He's a cobbler. And so he, will list stuff on eBay, but he's like, the amount of money that we have here, again, those are $100 and up. We haven't even looked to see some of these.
Yeah.
Just, to take the time and, they take pictures and then you got to ship them. It's a lot of work.
Yes.
But again, if you only do a few at a time, it's fine.
Yeah.
But me, I just like to move stuff. He's like, let's, slowly do this. I'm like, no, I want somebody to come and bid on all these things.
Yes,
Get more
yeah.
money. I want to get new inventory. I'm done with dolls.
Yes, yeah.
But all these are listed. He's got the names on them.
More dolls here,
So,
these
yeah,
are.
So when he sells, we come over here. He comes over here, grabs it. But
And the Miller Genuine Draft Sign, which is
neon-
working, right?
Yep,
This
yep,
works?
neon
How much
draft
you
sign. I
asking
think I
for
have it
that?
for
Do you know?
$125.
$125 on
I
Facebook.
remember buying this from a person in Harvard. Beautiful home. I rolled up to the house and he was talking to me. I said, "Are these apple tree yours?" He's like, "Yeah, we got 120 of them." I'm like, you got 120? He's like, yeah, we own the land and the trees, but somebody else, manages the farm for us. I'm like, ka-ching. This is Harvard,
Yeah.
125 apple trees. So he had some really nice stuff. The sign,
That's nice. And you have a picture here, a
Yeah,
print of some
I
sort.
don't know what the print is. But I think this might have came, the family was Greek, and they had a lot of different, I'm not sure what it is. So again, these are why it's tough, because you don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's like contemporary art. But a nice frame, though, too, if somebody wanted to put their own art inside. But
this old antique trunk, again,
look at this
a lot of times people will make tables out of them. I pulled this out of a dumpster. My neighbor had this in a dumpster.
I know it's a lot of nice work in there, and it could be over 100.
Metal, you typically,
Yeah.
and again,
It could be over 100 years old.
It's got wheels on it, and again, this is
Wheels,
probably,
wow.
Think about the history of this.
Yeah.
Right?
Hello and welcome back to the Chelmsford News Show. I'm Tom Christiano. Well, I'm very excited. I'm here with my good friend Marc Macedo, and I'm here today because he has something. Did you ever see that Picker show on the History Channel? Marc does something like that, and he's been doing it for quite a while, where he he bids on these storage units, and he doesn't know exactly what's in there, and a lot of times he wins. And that's what we're going to show you today, how that works. And then he'll sell, that's up mostly on Facebook, is that right,
Yep,
Marc?
Facebook, yep.
So how long have you been doing this, Marc?
At least probably like 10 years. 10 plus years is my hobby. My wife calls it a full-time job, but it's really a hobby.
So you must really like it to be doing
I
it for
enjoy
10 years.
Yep, I do.
But it's hard work, right, Marc?
It is a lot of hard work.
Because you showed me some of the pieces, you have like heavy pieces.
Yep.
And I love antiques, so Marc has which we'll look at later. This is just an introduction, then we'll go around to look at some of the stuff he has here. And Marc is a Chelmsford resident, and then we'll maybe go to a storage unit later if we have time, and we'll show you a lot of the things he has there that he will be putting on Facebook in the marketplace, right?
Yep.
And I noticed you go to a site called Bill Ricker or something, that site? Is that your only site on Facebook?
No, with Facebook
Oh.
you can post up to 20 different groups that you're in. So Marketplace is always the primary one, but you can post to all these other groups.
Like what other groups?
There's like low buy, sell, and trade. There's 978 area code. Again, all these things are different administered, but it's more buy and sell stuff. Most of my stuff comes through Facebook Marketplace. That's the more common one.
That's where you sell most?
Yeah, but again, everyone's different. In some sites, they're administrators, so they got to approve your picture before it gets available. But again, it's free advertising. It doesn't, you can
Does it
post up
cost
to
you
20.
anything?
No.
Isn't that a great thing, though?
Yeah. And Facebook is really starting to get like eBay. I used to sell on eBay. There's a story on why I don't, but that's a different subject.
Yeah.
But yeah, Facebook is really getting like eBay because now they just recently allow you to ship up to 50 pounds. They've contracted with the post office as well as UPS, so you get discounted rates.
Facebook?
Yep, Facebook. They allow you to, and they only take a 5% commission. eBay is like around 12% with shipping fees and PayPal fees.
So Facebook, I didn't know they had a 5% commitment, which is
Yep.
fine.
There was an introductory, kind of towards the end of last year, sell on it, no fee, but then they, stopped doing away with that. But I've sold to people in California, Texas, it's all over the place. And with Facebook Marketplace, you ship it, and then by the time it gets there, they allow the person 2 days to cancel the order or check it out after delivery. And I don't get paid until 3 days after it gets delivered. So,
does Facebook have the
so
money?
that's the way, Facebook will
So
take
they
their
help
order.
facilitate it, it
Yeah,
seems.
they help facilitate the transaction, and then there's, they give me the labels, I just print them off. I got a couple things, shipped. I got 2 orders last night for some tools, and I can show you how easy it is.
But it's a pain to pack things up, isn't
It's
it?
not as bad.
Not too-
It's
maybe
not too
once you
bad.
get used to
Yeah,
it or
once you get
something.
used to, obviously everything's not in boxes, but, I make my own boxes, I'll get recycling, I'll go to the recycle bins and get cardboard, and people throw out so many usable boxes, and, so I always have something.
Wow.
But yeah,
And
and Facebook is really, and even, so I do online auctions, but I also buy stuff through Facebook. I'll buy and
Oh,
resell.
at the marketplace, you like
Yeah.
it, you say,
Yep.
that's a bargain, I'll buy it and then resell it.
Yep, yeah, there's a
And I-
couple things around the house I'll show you.
Okay,
And
yeah.
Facebook is getting really smart because it knows the things I like. Like, I have certain safe searches, cast iron, and, certain things that I'll put in for keywords and it'll come up and, show me. But just like as I scroll through on things that it will show me antique things or, old farm equipment or old tools. So it just,
Yes.
just shows me that. And Facebook is so, you can restrict it to local only, shipping only, and so it's just so easy. It really is turning into a full marketplace.
That sounds very efficient for
Yep.
one thing. Facebook is very reasonable with the 5% fee.
Yeah, very
It
reasonable.
has a discount when you go to the post office through Facebook.
Yep.
Do you have any idea, like, is it 20%, 50% you say?
Well, so I can ship a priority, something that weighs anywhere between 5 and 10 pounds, priority box for $20.
Nice.
Now, if I ship something in a large priority box and it has to fit in that box, it's $23.90 at the
Wow,
post
nice.
office. And, you can ship up to 75 pounds, but, still, there's a lot of stuff that I have anywhere to that 5 to 10 range.
Yeah.
And typically, California's a lot more expensive than someone in Florida. So they have like a blended rate. And then same thing with UPS. UPS, up in Drum Hill or right there in Staples, it's convenient, I drop it off. And it's discounted rates. It's all UPS ground, but it's much cheaper than I can get if I had retail.
Yes.
So again, they know, hey, look at the volume that we can bring to you, negotiate these
post
rates.
office.
I mean, Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
Yeah, they go to UPS and they go to the post office and say, hey,
Oh,
let's
look
get
at the
this.
volume. Yeah, I get
look
the
at the
discount.
volume, give us discounted rates, we'll pass along to our,
I
sellers.
had no idea Facebook was doing this.
Yeah, it's really the
Look
last
at
6
this, we're
months.
making a lot of money, not just advertising when you scroll through, but for things like this. I had no idea they were charging 5%.
Mark Zuckerberg did become a billionaire.
Yeah. Is this new with the 5%? Because I hadn't heard
The
of that
5%
before.
is recent, they just started charging it this year. Up until last year, they.
It was free.
Yeah, it was free.
But they have, it's a huge marketplace.
It's a-
right?
it's a huge
I
marketplace.
check motorcycles on there periodically, and there's a lot, that, or cars,
Yeah.
everything.
Well, there's still Craigslist, which is free, but, Craigslist, I think I don't really even do much on Craigslist anymore. I do more stuff on Facebook, because I was doing OfferUp, Let Go, those kind of websites combined.
Is that different than Craigslist?
That's
What
a
is
little bit
that?
different than Craigslist,
Oh,
but
I've
it's
never heard
more
of
of a site, it's an app. So everything's on your phone now, right? And same thing with Facebook, right? I get an alert, hey, I just sold something. I have up to 3 days to ship it. And so it's all categorized, do you
Wow.
want to renew your post so it goes to the top, similar to like what Craigslist does. Every 5 days you can renew your post so it's fresh, it's in the beginning. It allows you to do it 5 times.
Nice.
You can change the price. They even actually, in the last month, they started doing promotions. So eBay, you could create a sale. Okay, I want to mark all my stuff. Hey, it's Memorial Day weekend. I want to do a 10% off on everything or free shipping. Now Facebook does it. Hey, create a promotion. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
A flat dollar amount, a percentage off, allow free shipping. You click which listings you want. I probably have like 50 things on Facebook right now. Doesn't cost me anything.
Wow.
And it only costs me if I sell.
I gotta check your other sites, because the only one I've been checking out is the Billerica one. It's
Yeah.
called- What's it called, Billerica something?
It might be,
Maybe
yeah,
something?
there's all these different marketplaces, but.
Maybe you
if
can let
went
me
to
know
my
what the other one, so I can follow you.
Yeah, so typically, yeah, I have a lot of followers already.
Oh, good.
So people, you can go to my profile and then, because that's another trick I do. So when I'm looking for something on Facebook and I see one item, I'm like, well, this is maybe small, but what else are they selling? Oh, you know what? They got 3 things for sale, and I'll ask them, hey, for these 3 things, would you do it like just on the show, American Printers, the Frankie bundle?
Yeah.
Hey, if you only have to meet one person instead of 3 different people that, again, are they going to show up? Are they going to be late? Are they,
Yes.
I'll buy 3 things from you. I'll ask for a little bit less because, hey, I'm buying 3 things and you only have to meet me once. And then, yeah, okay. And I've done that many times.
Wow.
The other thing is now with, cashless apps, Venmo, right? No one carries around cash anymore. A lot of people don't, right? But Venmo,
Which I don't use yet, but, so that's like they pay you, it's like a credit
Yeah,
card?
it's just-
right?
yeah.
They just say, Mark, here's your $100, and they do something with Venmo.
You can scan your code, or you can type in my name, you know,
Yeah.
Marc-Macedo-2. That's my Venmo ID. So you type that and say, hey, okay, yeah, it's $100 for this. Do you accept Venmo? And I say in most of my postings, cash or Venmo. Because a lot of people like, oh, do I have to go to the ATM? Do you accept Venmo? So I don't have to do
Yeah,
extra
nice.
stuff. And I'm like, yeah. And when I'm buying stuff, it helps. Because if I see this, you know, trunk and, you know, hey, I know it's going to go quick. I'll Venmo you the money and I'll pick it up later. Oh yeah, that looks great. I'm not going to be home. I'll leave it on my porch.
But you have to